folks? Sean the Average Angler coming at you with another video. Thanks for stopping by, taking time to watch what we're going to talk about today. Today's going to be a little bit of kind of a random thing, okay? A few different options for baits to throw this time of year that are a little off the beaten path, but can still be very, very effective, all right? Now, if you're new to the channel and you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button down there and join the Average Angler community. We bring you great videos almost daily. All right, so I stopped by my local tackle shop on the way home. By the way, Coyote Bait and Tackle. For those of you that don't know, great little tackle shop. It's been there a long, long time, since I was a little kid. I actually worked there when I was a little kid. We've had a couple of notable people come out of there that worked their way through school. Chris Zaldane, Bassmaster Elite Angler, came out of Coyote Bait and Tackle. And then Anthony from the Tackle Shack, same thing. I watched these guys grow up, become adults, move on in their lives, and now Anthony, like I said, has the Tackle Shack out of Texas. Great shop, does YouTube videos. Give them a like, follow, whatever. Another one, if you guys like to fish Clear Lake, and who doesn't like to fish Clear Lake? Even if you're not from the area, Clear Lake is the #1 lake in the country. I don't really want more people coming there. I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to come there. It is a fantastic fishery. And my buddy Bob Tyler Fishing does videos and reports weekly. So if you want or are interested in Clear Lake, go check out Bob. He's a good dude. He gives real information, okay? A lot of times it's just him out fishing. He doesn't fish tournaments anymore, so he's really honest about what's going on and that kind of thing. All right, so I told you I stopped by my local tackle shop on the way home. I picked up a couple of things, cool things, I think you like. And they go along with this time of year. Well, the first one, maybe it doesn't go along with this time of year. This is just a really cool bag by Seagar, okay? And it is, they call it a leader feeder. Put your leader line in, but I like to carry some spare line with me in my boat in case I need to re-spool something. Maybe I don't have the right pound test on. Maybe I need a leader. Maybe, you know, lots of reasons. We could blow up a reel, and the only way we're going to be able to use it is to re-spool it. So this is a pretty cool bag. It was like 25 bucks. Right now I've got 5 spools in it. It'll hold at least 2 more. And a couple of these are thicker spools. So I'm not really sure how many. It says 6 large leader spool dispensers. As we all know, sizes can vary by company. So I don't know how you come up with that exactly. But great bag, thought it was really cool. Takes up very little space on the boat, keeps it all together, so it's easy to find. All right, next we got a Mega Bass Big M 4.0. Okay, the 4.0 means it runs 4.0 meters. Now this is a really big crankbait. The reason I got this is because right now, well, Clear Lake, first of all, that's probably about the size of the shad that are in the lake. Now, I don't really know what this, it says it is a Kasumi Ito. I don't really know what that is, but it's bait fish looking. You could say it's gill-like, could say it's shad-like, whatever. It's got this nice reflective pattern up here. I've got a couple of these now. They are $28, so they're not the cheapest crankbaits, and they are heavy, weighing in at 2 ounces. It's something different than most other people are throwing, and that can be a real key to getting big fall bites. This is another one of my finds today, if you will. It was just a different color than some of the ones I had, and I found that very, very interesting. Last but not least, we got us some core tackle Ozark rigs. Now, for those of you who might not be familiar with the Ozark rig is a weighted hook. So your bait will fall different. So it's a great way to present like a beaver style bait differently than you can with any other rig that I am aware of. And here is the head. Okay, so from the head all the way down to my fingers there is weight. So the weight is distributed throughout the hook. So this promotes more of a fall like this. So if you think about it with this mid-sized brush hog here, instead of this bait falling this way like it normally does, it's going to glide more this way. Now, the same can be said for a beaver, and actually a beaver is what they really promote this for. If you look on the back of the package there where they show you the rigging instructions, the hook eye, the line tie is right there at this top of the bait. Another great way to present a bait differently than how the fish are used to seeing it presented. Why is this important? Well, this is really the big news of this, right? All season long, so all summer, all spring, ever since spring, fishing becomes very popular. Let's face it, a lot of people don't fish in the summer or in the winter, depending on where you're at for various reasons. Some people can't. Maybe weather doesn't afford them that opportunity. Other people choose not to because it's winter, they're watching football, they choose to take that time off, they hunt, whatever it might be. But when spring rolls around, everybody comes out and starts fishing. Hey, who can blame them? The weather's nice, we have the spawn, the fish are ready to eat, it's more comfortable outside, you don't have to get too cold. Well, by the time we run around to September, these fish have been pressured like nobody's business, right? 7 days a week, someone's out there flinging baits up. They've had this brush hog coming by them, nose down, shooting to the bottom. Well, now we go out there and we present that brush hog where it's kind of gliding along instead of shooting straight to the bottom. Fish learn from repetitive nature. So offering something that's different oftentimes is the only trigger we need to trigger a bite. So these can be a fantastic way to change up your rig to get more bites. Now think about this. We recently talked about the free rig. Like many other new or newer techniques, free rig, the Nico rig, back in the day, the drop shot. I've been around for when all of these rigs came out, okay? Even the weightless Senko. When these things first come out, the bite can be ridiculously good on them. The fish haven't seen them, they're not used to it, it's something different. One, they're curious, but two, they're not trained yet, and they will react and eat it. Now that drop shot, still a fantastic way to get bit, but it's nothing like it was when it was new. When it was new, it was almost a sure catch. The Yamamoto Senko. I know you guys think it's still good, and it is good. It's nothing like it was when the bait first came out. We threw that Senko around on the Delta, and man, you could pretty much throw it anywhere and get bit. People who were fishing tournaments, who never did good in tournaments, were all of a sudden winning tournaments and blah, blah, blah. It was a bait. The fish had never seen anything like it. The closest thing we had to a Senko was a Sluggo, and the Sluggo was nothing like a Senko. Next, we had these other Nico rig, free rig is more recent one. Even the minnow, ping and minnows with forward-facing sonar. And we're already seeing the fish adapt. They're adapting to all of these. As this happens, we need to keep finding ways to come up with something different. Or we can just be average. Now this rig gives us something different. And we can really adjust this by fishing different baits on it. And you can fish all kinds of different baits on it, right? You could fish a Fat Packs Drunken Shad or Fluke on that bait, and it's going to glide down like a dying bait fish. You could throw a Senko style bait, right? Same thing, it's gonna fall different than what the fish are used to. We can use a beaver, we can use a Strike King Rage Bug. It's almost endless the variation of baits we could put on this. How about a Fat Packs Beastie Bug, the craw bait? This one's a little too small, that's the Beastie Bug Junior, but that gives you an idea to have this thing gliding down and those kickers kicking behind it. It's a different bait and very natural when you think about it. When craws come off of something higher up and they're swimming through the column, going to the bottom, they're not going to go straight down. They're going to glide across, okay? As a kid, I used to go catch crawdads from the pier, and as we were pulling them up, sometimes they would let go of that piece of bacon we were using for bait. They would glide back and away. We have this rig right here to glide back and away. Thought this was really worth sharing with you guys. This could be a great rig for so many different baits. I just put the brush hog on it. I had it sitting here and it made me think, right? That thing's going to glide across, and they're normally seeing it shoot straight down. Well, now it's going to glide. It's going to go down, but it's going to glide away at the same time. So, food for thought. Great way. If you guys haven't fished this Ozark rig, by the way, it's fantastic. I've done another video on it in the past. The Ozark rig is fabulous for catching bass, especially in pressured waters where they're used to seeing all of those normal techniques that we all love and enjoy to do, right? All right, thanks for watching. I'm Sean, the Average Angler. We'll see you on the next one.